Okay. Hi, I'm Charles Farrow, and I'm here to talk a little bit about 21 Days of Thanks. November is traditionally a time for giving thanks, and we are here to give thanks for everything that you've done for our organization over the years. I want to say a little bit about who we are. DS Action is a group of people who advocate for individuals with Down syndrome in the community, try to make it a better world for them. I was really impressed with DS Action long before I became involved. I had only had an internship in special needs at UCLA, and I was aware of this wonderful group. And then when I found out that we were going to have a little girl with Down syndrome, the very first call I made afterwards was to see if I could get involved in this group because their reputation precedes them. They're a group of people who got together to try to make what wasn't in the community present in the community. And so we give thanks for all of your support for this organization. And Charlotte, perhaps you could tell them more about this.
Thanks, Charles. And I'm really excited to be sitting here tonight with everybody that's around me. Unfortunately, virtually, this is the world that we live in right now. But so glad to have such great friendships that I've built over the years with each and every one of you, whether a board member now or returning or longtime volunteers and friends. So thank you guys for being here tonight, and my own family. So um, as Charles said, we wanted to just talk a little bit about 21 Days of Thanks. And Charles, I think that you hit the nail on the head. I mean, what we really want to do is, we're always asking. I feel like, as a charity, as a nonprofit, you're always asking. But right now, with the way that things are in the world, I think at this point, DS Action feels like we need to give. We've, with all of the supports from all of our very generous donors over the years, we're doing okay. So what we want to do, instead of focusing on asking, is we want to give back a little bit. We want to learn more about what DS Action means to everyone, what we've maybe done to help you, to inspire you, to touch your life. And, we want to hear your stories. So as we kick off November with 21 Days of Thanks, please share your stories with us. We'd love to hear them, and watch our social media as we kick that off. I'm really excited to share as well, as we're going to share some stories here tonight, that on the 21st day, on November 21st, we want to have a little celebration of everyone's stories and share those with you. So on November 21st, and we'll be announcing that soon, so watch our social media. But we have a very special surprise, and unfortunately this year we are unable to have our comedy ball that we have every year. But we'll work on that in 2021. That's a big year for us, with that number 21. So stay tuned. But for this year, it's all about you. So I'd like to go ahead and turn this over to Julie. Can you share a little bit with us, Julie?
Sure. Thank you, Charla. Um, when we first had our son, Aiden, everything was very focused on the medical. The medical was a big thing for him. And it wasn't until he was 5, 6 months old that we went to the Down Syndrome Center and learned about other things to do with Down syndrome, the therapies and the early intervention and the community and the support. And it was all through DS Action. And there was a lot going on with him for a few years, but I always knew that at some point I wanted to give back somehow. And, miraculously, as things happen, it came around and I was brought back into the fold 4 or 5 years ago. And now I have this amazing support group that I'm so thankful for. And luckily, some of your kids are a little bit older than mine, so you guys have been through some of some of the things that I go through a little bit before I'm going through them. but the support is amazing. And I am so thankful and so grateful for the community and the support that I have gotten from DS Action and my friends and family. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the support of our families through everything that we do, that I now do with DS Action. And that just means the world to me. And that's my story, and that's what I wanted to share. And what about you, Wendy? We would love to hear how you came to join us and be a part of this.
Yeah, I kind of got involved with DS Action years ago through Charla, but same story along the lines that you have, Julie. It's the support in the community that I fell in love with. I personally don't have any family members with Down syndrome, but people with Down syndrome and their families and their friends, they've always reminded me that love always wins, no matter what, no matter when. Even during these difficult times, it's the community that keeps us together. What about you, Linda?
So what the center means to me is that I'm grateful that there's a place for new moms to go, because when I had my daughter Kelly 13 years ago, I didn't even really know what Down syndrome was. We had to Google everything. And it would have been nice to go somewhere and talk to someone or have been connected with moms who have been through everything and who could kind of talk to me. And so I love the support that the center gives, and I love the friendships that I've made and the connections. And to me, I'm just very grateful that the new moms will have someplace to go. And of course, and to look to us older moms for support too, or questions if they had any. So that's what I'm grateful for. And Christine?
Thanks, Linda. So I've kind of been involved with DS Action, since about 2007, 8, right when they were getting started, but I was really just volunteering my time because I had 3 kids and my youngest was a baby at the time. But I always knew I wanted to give more. And as time went on, I found that I had more time and found myself more and more involved with the group itself. My daughter is 18 right now and did visit the center at one point just a few years ago in the adolescent clinic. So we didn't really get to take advantage of the clinic so much as she was growing up, but we did get to see, the great staff there as a teenager. I found that also she didn't have a whole lot of medical issues growing up. She had a few here and there, but just recently has gone through a lot, and DS Action has really stepped up to support my family. And just what that means to me is I can't even put that into words. It's just been so amazing to have the support of these people and helping my family and get through a lot of tough times in the most recent, medical challenges we've had. So I'm just grateful for DS Action, the people, the friendships, and the support. So that's my story.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, everyone. It's nice for me to hear this. This is not rehearsed. So this may be the first time that I've heard some of these stories. We've talked a little bit, but getting very deep and kind of pulling these out, I think that's what we hear right now with what's going on in our world. We're all kind of raw, I think, tired and raw, but we're sticking together. So we welcome all of you to kick this month off with us, and please share your stories. I'm sure that there are plenty of you that have either been to the Down Syndrome Center at Rady Children's Hospital that DS Action helped to open and or established and continues to raise funds for. But right now, we just want to be there for you. We're creating other programs, support programs for parents, siblings, individuals with Down syndrome, of course, always. But let's just make this a fun time to just give thanks, and let's have a big party on the 21st together. So thank you all, and stay tuned. We have more coming.